We couldn't fight them all off, so we booked it and ran away. These tiny little creatures were somehow harder to take out than regular drones. The regular ones were large, easy to shoot, and fast, but not too fast that we couldn't target them. These things, which were presumably the larval stage of regular drones, were much faster, agile, smaller, and almost impossible to shoot. And to top that all off, we had run out of WD-40 in the only can that we were carrying. The swarm of larvae, that's what I decided to call the drones in the larval stage, chased us down the hallway, and one of them latched onto my back. As I said, we were running out of there, so I just grabbed the baby monster's tail and slammed it into the wall as hard as I could. It stopped moving after that. We got chased upstairs to the third and final floor of the school and slammed the hallway doors shut, separating us and the monsters. Holy crap, that was. But just as we had started to calm down, the doors suddenly burst open as all the monsters crashed into it and burst into the hallway. We ran, but I somehow slipped on the black gunk as everybody ran past me and I was left behind. Everybody was so focused on running themselves that nobody looked back as the monsters tailed us. I picked up my shotgun and let out a huge spray of buckshot, taking out 2 of the larvae. I quickly ran into a classroom and slammed the door shut and locked the door. The monsters berated the door as I slumped down and caught my breath. Sometime at the 2-hour mark of me staying trapped inside, the monsters had slithered away, presumably to hunt Blaine and the rest of the group. Here I was, trapped in a classroom separated on the 3rd floor and farthest wing of the school. Though Marlo was looking at us through these security cameras, it would take him a while to devise a plan to come back, and I also lost my walkie-talkie while running. When I looked outside and saw that there were no more monsters in my direct sight, I grabbed my shotgun and got up. Even with a weapon, I knew that it was very dangerous to walk around the school alone, especially when it was swarmed by these creatures. But what made me wonder was, if there is a larval drone and warrior stage of them, what is the queen? I unlocked the door and slid it open and walked outside. It was eerily creepy when the lockdown first happened. I was with people when I walked through the empty school, but now that I was alone, it was enough to make me crap my pants. I decided to try to follow where I thought the class had gone, deeper into the school. I even saw the trail of blood, but it was black and oozing, so it must have been the blood of a drone or a larva the class that had killed. I turned and walked down the hallway going left toward the stairwell. I heard something large moving around in one of the classrooms. I had been in this exact situation too many times before, so I knew exactly what to expect from an empty classroom. But instead, Ryan stepped out of a room. He was dragging some unconscious kid, but he was alone, hopefully. When he saw me, he laughed gleefully and dropped the body, letting it slump onto the ground. He was probably trying to sacrifice the kid or something. I instantly snapped my shotgun into a firing position, aiming for the psychopath's chest. Before I could say anything, Ryan reached into his pocket and pulled out a small pistol that I didn't even know that he had and aimed it at my head. Well, what do we have here? Ryan said. A challenge, I replied. Put the gun down. Oh yeah, or what? Without warning, Ryan threw the gun at my face and I pulled the trigger as it smashed into my face. Ryan was already ducking and tackled me. I told the pain to get lost, then I kicked Ryan in the stomach. He caught my foot and slammed me to the ground and then punched me in the face. I quickly jumped up and smashed the butt of my shotgun into Ryan's face, probably smashing his nose right in. I kicked him before he could get up and I walked towards him. I'm gonna do that, I said. And then I picked up my shotgun when Ryan had tripped me in the leg, and I fell on the floor flat on my face. He laughed as he got back up and dusted himself off. and then Ryan proceeded to beat the crap out of me to the point where I almost fell unconscious. Where the heck is Marlo? I thought. Ryan dragged me down the hallway until somebody walked out of a classroom. It was Blaine, alone, eating a sandwich that he somehow had. I slowly regained consciousness as I saw Blaine. Oh, hey, Blaine. What are you doing here? Blaine replied, completely ignoring Ryan, who was pointing a gun at his face. I don't know, dog. The class went ahead while I stayed behind, and I waited for you. Oh, is that Ryan? Ryan fired a shot just above Blaine's head as a warning. Get over here right now or I'll blow your brains out, he threatened. Put your hands above your head. Blaine casually replied, You talk too much, dog. Before fastballing his mayonnaise sandwich directly at Ryan's face and getting a direct hit. Ryan let go of my leg and I quickly crawled away from him, just as Blaine pulled out his pistol and let out 4 shots at Ryan. Surprisingly, all the bullets missed Ryan himself, but one of them directly hit Ryan's gun, knocking it out of his hand into the other side of the hallway. Oh crap, Blaine said as I tried to get back up. I'm out of ammo. Ryan grinned. The shotgun was all the way on the other side of the hallway where Ryan had first beaten the crap out of me, but there was no way that I could run and get it back before Ryan did. Blaine threw his empty gun at Ryan's face before he also got tackled by Ryan. The two got into a fist fight and I ran and kicked Ryan off of Blaine. Ryan suddenly got back up and he punched me in the face. Blaine shortly after, and Ryan single-handedly beat the crap out of both of us. The last thing I saw before I blacked out was Ryan smashing the butt of the shotgun into my face. I could say that it was my will to live that kept me alive, but that would be fake and cliche. My best guess was that Ryan and his stupid cult needed to keep their sacrifices alive. I woke up in a dark room, probably a regular classroom near where we had gotten the living crap beaten out of us, and tied in 2 chairs, with Blaine's chair tied on the opposite side of mine. What is this? I asked. Out of nowhere, a figure Ryan walked out of the shadows. He was grinning and was surrounded by several other cult members. Lawrence was not here, so... Oh crap. Lawrence walked into the classroom, also grinning. This meant that the cult had either wiped out Marlo and his office fortress, which was unlikely considering the sheer firepower he kept in there, or they had somehow freed Lawrence by a distraction of some kind. Neither situation bode well for us. Again, as you know, my name is Lawrence, and we have decided to spare you from our required sacrifices in exchange for a favor. What do you want, dog? Blaine asked. He continued, To kill Marlo and we'll set you free. I laughed. You're insane, aren't you? That guy could break every bone in your body while naming them, and we couldn't even kill him if we tried. And also, no. Lawrence's smile disappeared. So be it. They dragged us, tied us up outside. I guess the idiots were too lazy to drag us all the way to the gym, 3 floors down, so they left us in the hallway for the drones to find and eat us. Hey dog, Blaine said. What? I asked. You think we getting out of this? Probably not. Hey Lawrence, screw you, I yelled. The 50-something-year-old man stuck a middle finger out of the classroom doorway at us. Blaine laughed. When is the monster coming? I asked. And that's when a large and dark shadow emerged from the hallway junction. A drone. It spotted us and growled, and that's when I panicked. Marlo, where are you? The monster took its time, slowly taking step after step towards us. And then I got an idea. Blaine, do you have a knife? I asked. Yeah, I just can't reach it. I used all of my strength to stretch my tight arms around the chair to grab the small switchblade, and it actually worked. I grabbed hold of it. The approaching drone either didn't notice the knife in my hand or it didn't care, because it didn't seem to react in any sort of way. I only had time to cut the ropes tying my arms, which was tough, So I did, and I cut the ropes on Blaine's arms. The drone reached us and then growled and opened its mouth.